I know I've been going on about Sinners a lot lately, but I can't help it. I'm completely obsessed with this movie and with Sammie. The other day, I brought up the post-credit scene where young Sammie is strumming his guitar alone in the church, singing a version of This Little Light of Mine. Then he suddenly looks up like he sees someone or something. There are a bunch of theories floating around about what or who he saw, but one in particular really stuck with me. The idea that Sammie had already sold his soul to the devil long before that night ever happened. Instantly, I thought of Robert Johnson, but I held on to that connection for another video. And, well, here we are. Today we'll talk about the legendary Robert Johnson, as well as Sammie, and the importance of his music. If you're ready, let's dive in. Robert Johnson is easily one of the most important and influential musicians of the 20th century. No question about it. And his legacy still echoes into the 21st. But what makes him even more fascinating is the mystery that surrounds him. Born in 1911, Robert was a blues musician, composer, performer, and a self-taught guitar legend from Mississippi who wandered across the American South. He died young in 1938 at just 27 years old. And right there, we've already got two major connections to Sinners. First, Mississippi. Second, the time period. If you remember, Sinners is set in the Mississippi Delta in 1932. Robert's talents with his guitar, unreal, the kind of sound you'd sell your soul for, literally. So much so the legend has it that Robert made a deal with the devil at a crossroads in Mississippi, trading his soul for the ability to play like no one else. Whether that's true or not, the mystery surrounding him only adds to the myth. He died young, under strange circumstances, and left behind a legacy so powerful that it's easy to forget how little we actually know about him. Robert's story and music are forever tangled up, almost impossible to separate. He's a symbol of the blues as it moved from the dirt roads of the Delta into the broader world, carrying with it all the pain, power, and darkness of that journey. He stood at a crossroads, musically and, according to legend, spiritually, bridging the raw, rural blues of the 1920s with the more polished city blues that came later. What about Sammie? He's not just a singer, he's something more. You get that while watching the movie. His connection to music is so deep, it almost feels like it transcends life and death. That's exactly what Sinners taps into. It shows how music isn't just part of Sammie's identity. It is his identity. No matter what happens, no matter what his father says, he never gives up. Even after that horrible night, he keeps going. Okay, so this is where things get a bit interesting. The movie plays with the famous Robert Johnson deal with the devil myth, but it smartly retells the story through a cultural lens that's often ignored. Ryan Coogler brings in the figure of Papa Legba, a West African and Caribbean deity who guards the crossroads, a place where the human world and the spirit world overlap. The original tale wasn't about the Christian devil. It was about a spiritual gateway that changes everything. Which brings us to the movie's post-credit scene. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, Sammie plays This Little Light of Mine, adding his own bluesy twist. When he finishes, he looks up at something or someone, but we never see what it is. The camera stays on his face. And then he smiles, like he's seeing someone he's been waiting for all along. Maybe Sammie meets Papa Legba. Maybe he makes a deal. Maybe it's not even about selling his soul. It could be about unlocking another realm of creativity, a deeper connection to the spirit world and the blues tradition itself. But knowing the legend surrounding Robert Johnson, I feel like he was definitely visited by Papa Legba. I'm not saying he made a deal or sold his soul, but this scene is not random, folks. It's just not. To me, this post-credit scene even feels less like a showdown and more like a reunion, like two old friends crossing paths again. That vibe gives weight to the idea that something mystical is going on beneath the surface. Because let's be honest, in that final moment, Sammie isn't just playing the blues, he's channeling something much bigger. Some folks like me think it's Papa Legba showing up, inviting Sammie to the same crossroads that Robert Johnson made legendary. Others say it could be the devil himself. The truth? Only Ryan Coogler knows. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and watch this video next.